for Tony Rudiger. Matej Kovacic is still missing in midfield, and N'Golo Conte rested for back-to-back games now against his old club. But Ben Chilwell, also ex-Leicester, comes in for Saturday's match winner Marcus Alonso. Mason Mount wasn't involved at Manchester City, but he's back in tonight, as is Kai Havertz, who scored both goals in the win against Fulham last time out at the Bridge. Mikel Arteta played the last time Arsenal won here back in 2011.
Fucking hell. I was especially after the shit back in season.
Against Chelsea with three centre-backs. The former Chelsea favourite David Luiz is not one of them, he's injured. Mohamed El Neni scored his first Premier League goal in the win at Newcastle, reunited with Thomas Partey in midfield. Emil Smith came off on Sunday, but he's okay to start, as is Martin Odegaard. They'll be prompting Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was superb under Thomas Tuchel in their Dortmund days. But he and Arsenal are now up against Chelsea's inspiring head coach. And it's live.
Oh, sorry. That's a bit racist. Shit. Oh, God. I hope this rock don't stay fucking straight. So the fucking tablet don't fall down.
We take a knee.
Take a knee. It's my knee.
I take the knee to raise awareness.
To educate. In the fight against racism.
In the fight against racial injustice.
In the fight against inequality.
This is not political.
This is not violent.
It's a peaceful act.
Powerful act.
It's a personal choice.
To show my support.
For an equal society.
To fight against all forms of discrimination.
The cat. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake, you just scrubbed out the window, can't
Takes only a few seconds.
You're a bloody
but it is
wild
a
animal.
constant reminder
Fucking
that the
arsehole.
fight against racism and discrimination must go on.
Well, this is the fella who's going to be at the heart of Chelsea defence going into the climax of the season. Tuchel just seems to show the players around him do just lends so much know-how, experience. At 36, he's been an inspirational signing.
Thiago Silva just want to go 1-win. All in Saladam. Who's getting off? It's Odegaard, but
Arsenal kick off on the whistle from Andre Mariner. Chelsea chasing their own treble, the FA Cup, the Champions League, at a top four finish. 2 victories in the 3 remaining Premier League games will achieve that, guarantee it. Arsenal still have a slim chance of qualifying for Europe. They would have to win all of their last 3 games. It's almost 10 years since they last won here.
Yeah, it does look like the back 5 for Arsenal.
Oh,
Seeing
God.
there, going for that through ball, is going to play very high up the pitch. Been interesting duel against Reece James on that side.
I've got the
Leicester
chair.
reclaimed
I'm
third spot
going to
yesterday.
put
Chelsea
it
will
on
get
this
it back
one.
with a win. But an Arsenal victory would lift them
Yeah.
above Everton
Give me
into
a
8th. They will have played a couple more games than the Toffees. Lindelof holding.
Fuck's sake, you better not make the electricity go off
It's been
again,
an
because
extraordinary
I watched a damn
arrival in
match.
football for Thomas Tuchel. Coming in halfway through the season, he has paid proper tribute to the work done by
Oh shit,
Chelsea to this position. It got through the
bring this
Champions
over a
League
bit.
group stages very well under Frank, and a couple of rounds in the FA Cup as well. But it
Don't fall! Ow!
halfway through a season, there's not a lot you can do, but hit the ground running.
Isn't it?
That's what he's been able to do with his coaching staff. I guess the real quality, Alan, is he seems to be spinning all the plates and keeping them all in the air. Nothing's crashed, really, has it?
No, and that comes with experience from his time at Dortmund, particularly PSG. He's learnt to handle egos, big name players, try and keep everybody happy.
Here's Ødegaard, whose future is still undecided. Arsenal would love to keep him.
Oh, no, it's not working. I
Madrid
don't know.
have plenty of problems of their own, whether they'll demand a lot of money.
Oh,
They're in
it's come on,
a
look.
financial mess.
Don't know why that was in a fucking delay.
It's been widely reported.
Tiny doesn't fucking.
Biggest bank account.
No, one of the main challenges for the Gunners is offloading players this summer. Players on good contracts. It's never the easiest job, that.
Palomari, Gabriel on the left of the three. El Neni.
Oh,
Crowds
nanny.
back next week. Chelsea play Leicester, of course, at Wembley, but then here in the Premier League, it's a real top four clash on Tuesday. We've got it live for you on Sky Sports.
Yeah, 8,000 fans in here. That'll be nice. I think we did the game against Leeds, didn't we, Martin, when there were just 2,000, and that made a huge difference.
Certainly did. It's been an underwhelming season for Arsenal, even in a sort of mini target
Like
that they've
that
got to try
small
and
when there's a full
beat
crowd at the
last
stadium.
season's points total. It wasn't a huge amount, 56. 5 from the last 3 games to be able to do that.
Give it away. It's supposed to be passed to
Quite
someone
the
that's
stat
not
to
miles
pacify
away.
supporters who've been expecting more, but it's a long time since Arsenal were really in contention for winning the league.
Yep.
Maybe there've been little periods in some more recent seasons, but the Invincibles back in 03-04, that was the last season that Arsenal did the double over Chelsea, and they can do it tonight, of course, after that 3-1 win, which did offer a glimpse of better times, Alan, on Boxing Day, didn't they?
Yeah, they went on a run after that, and they looked a bit more like it, but just haven't been able to keep up that consistency, and it's fallen away badly. Sure, Arsenal fans will start off this match behind the sofas, really expecting the worst, but hoping for something a bit better than they have seen.
Espilicueta, Billy Gilmore.
Oh, you could
Is
call it
the
a
first
goal.
Scottish teenager to start 3 Premier
It's
League
just my
games
love
in a
reaction.
row.
I can't do all sort of people where people put the score on the
Yes, the
screen
last
or
one was.
put the map on the screen.
I'm sure you will.
I
So
can
I'll
only
tell
do
you,
that
it was
on
Grant
FIFA.
Hanley, who's still playing,
For
of course,
broadcast. Well,
when he was a youngster at
internet
Blackburn.
shot. I don't want a broadcast.
Blackburn being in the Premier League seems a long time ago. Here's Ben Chilwell.
Tweet.
Pulisic. Mount, who's been amongst the
Hey, what
goals.
was that?
Vital one here against Real Madrid to wrap up that semi-final victory.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Oh, that could have been Tim.
But
Oh,
it
I
began
took about
with
the right
Thomas
one.
Partey being swarmed by blue shirts. They nicked the ball back, Chelsea. That's always a difficult chance.
I can hear someone saying, I don't even know what that is.
Here's Jorginho.
Jorginho. Tweet.
Havertz.
What if I get her to come on the chair?
Reece James. Try and inject plenty of pace from the right wing back
I don't
position.
want to pick this up.
As Chilwell will do from the left, he's ahead of Mount at the moment. Just drops in to get it to feed from Zuma. Jorginho.
Bloody hell, I know, lights are blazing, but it
On
gets
from
dark. So.
Gilmore. Kovacic still not quite
Oh,
right.
time is it
Pressing
dark?
to try and get another go at
Christ,
the cup
let's get
final. Of
that
course, he was
ball.
sent off
Listen to the group.
against Arsenal in last season's
Oh,
showcase
God, a minute.
event at the climax of that
Oh, it's
competition.
6 minutes.
James. Now Zuma.
Hopefully I can get I tried to do a live thing on
Arsenal
this
did
couple of
win the
months
cup
ago, but
final
it
by
fell short.
sitting in, even though they
It was the
conceded
Spurs
an
game,
early
wasn't it?
goal
And we beat
against
them 2-1.
Frank Lampard's Chelsea then.
I'm trying to remember.
They broke well.
Oh no!
Here's the Mason Mount round the back
Oh! Who did that come off?
by Rob Holding.
Oh.
Coming out as far as
It's the
Zuma.
holding.
Gilmore.
It was a blind
First
side from the
acceleration
Mills.
by Mount took him past Saka.
The only
Just
blind in the
easy.
defence.
Shows you how sharp Mason Mount is, how well he's playing these days.
Oh, go on, Partey. Fucking shot, Paul.
Work to win the ball back by Thomas Partey. Andre Mariner gives Arsenal the free kick.
He's just been lacking a bit of energy, Partey. He's looked exhausted at times over the last month or two.
He came with rightly a big reputation, but was injured pretty soon after arriving. Then he had a recurrence of the same kind of problem. He'll be one of maybe a good number of players, not just at Arsenal, but in the Premier League, who'll be glad to get the end of this difficult season. They've done so well to keep going. Of course, the advantage is considerable being a professional footballer, but out in the crowds and
On
their
or
own
off
lives
for
to lead
Aubameyang.
as
Oh,
well.
one.
Here's Aubameyang, who's been flagged
Oh,
offside.
that was a late call, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's another one that's endured a really tough
Really wanna
season,
show
hasn't he, Aubameyang, on and off the pitch.
If
he
you
could
don't
get
show
back to
you go
something
on
like his top
Instagram,
form,
still
I mean, it
radio
would
3.
solve a
I've
lot
got
of
a picture
problems
of
for
on
Arsenal.
me.
His illness was malaria, which
Did you
could
know
have been
that
in the
was 20
system
years
for a
old?
while. And
Yes, not
when
in
he signed
2
that
years.
new contract,
She's
his
20
game
years.
dipped.
Sorry.
Eventually was diagnosed more recently, lost 4
So
kilos.
it's really good for it. Don't you talking?
Some of the weight back,
I'm invisible.
some of his football powers back. He's
Oh.
holding.
Doing me like that. I was just...
Gabriel, first season, acquitted himself pretty capably. Arsenal,
We
greater
may know, but Jack can
expectation than just capable.
Odegaard.
Odegaard, a bit of quality with the pass. Saka
Oh,
going ahead of
nah. Oh, Saka. Oh,
Aubameyang.
oh, oh.
Whether the flag's going to go up again, it does.
Oh, was it?
Maybe the right thought, but not quite the right timing of the pass.
Yeah, it was a good move, actually, wasn't it? It's not going to be easy to work the ball through the lines of this hard-working Chelsea team, but this was nice and slick. I thought at the time he couldn't hold
Or is
that
it?
run, could he? The pass came a fraction of a second too late.
Oh,
A bit of a slip by
onside.
Jorginho, and Odegaard could take advantage of that. Thomas Tuchel was quite funny in his press conference yesterday about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What it's like to manage him. Always tell him that the meeting is 15 minutes before it exactly is, so that he gets there on time.
There's a few about like that, I think, these days.
And the other line was amazed he ended up with a driving licence because the cars that he drove and the speed he drove them at. Maybe in Germany there's a
We're
bit
giving
more
Mount a problem,
licence on
I think.
the autobahns. But he kept his licence somehow.
Well, we think he got left out a few weeks back for being late for the team meeting. So Thomas Tuchel,
Oh, fucking hell.
don't know
Oh,
about
you
that.
Havertz has stolen it away here from Murray. He's in for Chelsea.
Hey!
He's been in very good goal scoring form
I could
recently.
have fucking thought that was going to be 1-0.
He likes this ground. 7 of his 8 goals for the club have come at Stamford Bridge, and this should have been another one.
Yeah, it certainly should have. He had a lot of time, Havertz, to think about it. I mean, the pass was a little
I
short.
thought that was going to be
He doesn't
1-0.
go
Just sit
towards
here
it.
back saying, oh,
But he's so cool
good
in
eye.
these situations,
Fucking put it
Havertz.
over.
He's just going to lift it over the keeper.
I thought that was Mason Mount. Nicked it and stolen it. They've got the same hairstyle.
That's a sitter.
Nicked it and stolen it. Nicked it and, you know. But although Mount probably would have put that away.
Chelsea, in fact, their top goal scorer in the Premier League this season, there are a few of them, have only got 6. Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Jorginho.
Well, at least let's put him on top 4 race, but
Which
we
they're
put a
Premier
dent in
League
it at
campaign
least.
without
Give
anyone in
get
double
them for West
figures.
Ham to challenge.
That's happened a couple
That's
of
out
times
there.
before in the 90s. Wasn't the Chelsea of the
I can't believe he still missed that. It should have been one. It should have been
Also had
1-0.
plenty of chances.
Should have
He'd be
been.
feeling for his friend and fellow countryman. Olivier Giroud probably not had as many game minutes as he would want.
Game minutes. A what? Gay.
Chance to get into double figures. Of course, the former Arsenal striker. That's going to be a corner. Odegaard's going across to take it. Arsenal have had a reprieve. Maybe they can get their noses in front. They could go 2 against 1. They choose to do that.
Bloody short
Pushed
corner.
the one out was Gilmore. So doing well to stop the ball coming in initially. Here's another Scot, Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, they've got a few of those
I
short
take long corners, man.
routines.
I
Arsenal,
usually score them all paper.
some work better than that one did.
Some after time.
This team are unbeaten in their last 5 away Premier League games. They've won a couple, Sheffield United and good victory at Newcastle.
It's pretty simple to beat them all.
Nenny scored in that match. Partey.
What?
Saka come infield. Odegaard winding up for it. It might fall for Rob Holding here. It does.
Oh.
Too meaty with the cross. Retrieved by Tierney. Handed up for Holding to attack here. And it's
Crosses are over here.
actually out of play before Rob Holding was able to plot its trajectory.
Tierney.
Yeah, encouraging little spell for the away team. Could have been a goal down, but as it is, that having a bit to say going the other way.
And Luis Balaga being told it's a goal kick, not a foul. Zuma. Certainly got some competition, Ben Chilwell. Marcus Alonso back in favour under Thomas Tuchel, who was really frozen out in the last few months of the Lampard era. And he is the number 3. Earned the 3 points. Leicester City. I read somewhere that it was called a phony war
what's
that game.
that?
It didn't seem like it, being a phony war vis-a-vis the Champions League final. It meant plenty for Chelsea in terms of this desire to finish in the top 4 and go into that Champions League final with next season already in the bag in that respect. Partey. Covering by James.
Ow, tweet.
Here's Azpilicueta. Pulisic. Arsenal pressing Jorginho, knowing he's got a good range of passes. And working hard off the ball, Arteta's men. And that's why that gift wrap chance for Kai Havertz really come back to haunt him and the team. Oh, goodness me, Jorginho. And Aubameyang follows up and gives it to
Yeah!
who gets the goal.
What a
It's
fucking gift that was!
gift wrapped by Chelsea for Arsenal. Jorginho's howler. Kepa did his best. Kepa Arrizabalaga. He kept it out, but Arsenal were on it in a flash. And they lead
Oh,
us.
look at what you got in this so
It is
far.
a gift. I don't think Jorginho actually ever looked up to see where the keeper was. He didn't know that the keeper was out of his goal. When he saves it, you think maybe the chance has gone, and Smith Rowe doesn't catch it too cleanly, but he just manages to sneak it into the far corner. Could have been one down Arsenal, but
That's what I said.
nose is in front here.
So fortunate, but I don't fucking care.
Doesn't quite go over.
He was spared the ignominy of an own goal, Jorginho. But Aubameyang unselfishly setting up Smith Rowe.
Chelsea fans probably was going to
smuggled it
say
into
that's the
corner.
keeper's fault, but it wasn't.
Got his first Premier League goal on Sunday, and it's followed up by a second one.
Oh, fucking watch out, hold in, watch out. Oh, don't go fucking up.
Sharper relief.
Don't
straight
lose the
away.
lead straight off it.
And here's El Neni. Great encouragement for Arsenal. Aubameyang playing a part. Had 2 great years under Thomas Tuchel. That's part of 80 goals. Pulisic was part of that as well. He's in the Chelsea team. Just wondering how they find themselves 1-0 down.
Yeah, well, they are, and it's certainly what Arsenal needed to lift a few spirits.
Chelsea's Arsenal's bogey team. Did I say that the right way around?
He could have put his team a goal ahead.
No, Arsenal's Chelsea's bogey team. I said it the wrong way around.
He has done that for his side.
2 FA Cups in the last 3 years, and then come on, don't get a yellow TNE for fucking time wasting.
They do say,
Yeah, obviously a bit earlier in this season.
Never play at the goal.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's what he did with all his experience.
Yeah, I think Lisa Balago had come out, given him a bit of an angle.
The last time I lost Tom was that
He was
game
expecting
at
the
Newcastle
back
against
pass,
last season where they
not there.
cheated actually.
Well, they have
George, the guy just fucked it up
only
and
conceded
gave us the
one
goal,
home
scored
Premier
twice
League
in
game.
the
Of course, they
still
conceded
fucked
5
it.
in that. That was
Cheated.
a very rash early challenge by Thiago Silva. Chelsea down to 10 men for most of that game. And that's another mad moment. They've
Ooh,
been
careful,
few and far
Partey.
between. Certainly came into that category.
Well, they had 7 out of 8 clean sheets here, haven't they?
Away
That was 7
by
and 9.
Gabriel. Here's Mount looking to pounce back straight away.
Oh, come on. Good one, hold in. Oh,
Havertz rather ran into his space.
sucker die.
Took defenders into an area where it was congested for Mason Mount. Gabriel.
This is what I hate. Because we've got to fucking get it out from the back sometimes.
Pulisic. Now Gilmore.
Hey! Oh,
So Arsenal needed to go a goal up, gonna go
Pulisic
down.
injured again.
Chelsea get
Or
the
is that
tails up.
Pulisic?
It could have been a
I
bit of
think
an
it is.
ugly night for the Gunners. As it is, it's just that bit of encouragement they needed.
Was another aspect to that goal, Alan, of course, that was a back pass. And he handled it.
Yes.
Andre Mariner, whether by accident or design, didn't blow.
Yeah, he didn't have much choice, really.
why would he blow like?
Andre, of course, will always have memories of Stamford Bridge and
I don't
case
care.
of mistaken
People,
identity.
you know, he
He
said
sent
that
off
people probably
the
been complaining about the back.
wrong Arsenal defender for handball
Even before
on
he
the
said
line.
it.
Game that Chelsea won 6-0. Yes, Kieran Gibbs was the unlucky guy. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was the culprit.
Ooh. If we made it 2-0,
Anyway, I think justice has been done.
Oh,
Pointing
Real
the
Madrid
finger
couldn't
at a
even
very
score
good
it.
referee. But if Aubameyang hadn't been in there so quickly, that might have been the issue we'd be talking about.
doesn't matter. He got there and managed to let off the Smith Rowe. "21 minutes almost gone." I never stop this play. I
Chelsea
never
need
let
to
you
clear
go.
their heads. Not just going behind, but the nature of the goal. His real skill has been setting standards and keeping up to those standards. The momentum. Talked to Patrick Davis in his interview before the game about keeping that going as a coach, not doing too much to meddle with it, not being a tinker man, like a former manager here was nicknamed.
needs to keep that
I don't
feeling
think
of
Chelsea
competition going.
Like
To,
throwing this away on purpose. Like they've got to
keep
step
everyone
in
on the
tap
toes
forward
with these
in
two
case
finals
they
coming
in the
up.
Champions League.
Zuma found a way out there. That's Piliqueta driving forward. He's gone a long way too. And comes back for Mason Mount.
Who blocked that?
It was some block, whether it was instinctive or deliberate. The cutback from Christian Pulisic looked as though it was right on the money for Mason Mount.
Yeah, caught it well now. Nothing wrong with the connection.
Good defending. I don't know. We did get bodies in the way.
Yeah, I was just having a look at it in case there was any handball in the block. But
Ooh. Oh yeah, how was he supposed to help that if it's a
didn't
handball?
look that way. There was certainly no appeals from the Chelsea players. Halfway through the first half. An eventful
Even if
20
you've
minutes
got
at Stamford Bridge.
What's that? What's that word? Not administrated. There's another word.
Pulisic.
You know, like what happened to
James.
Rangers. I still support Arsenal even if they got
Still
stopped in
going.
League Two. That's how much I
James
love the
goes round
match.
the
In
outside
support
again.
for 18
Pulisic
years.
tried to use him as a decoy.
Twiggy! You lazy ass bitch!
There's a little bit of blood on the lips of
Oh,
Aubameyang, who's a bit reluctant to go, but by the letter of the blood regulations, that has to be tidied up.
Well, Mason Mount
luckily it's only
must
his
have thought he'd
mouth
scored here when he
bleeding.
connected with it.
And
As
that-
Piliqueta just allowed to drift upfield, nobody engages. And it's Rob Holding who just gets himself in the way.
Was it handball? I mean, you can't help that if it was.
It would have...
No, you can't help that.
There was enough on that volley.
You can't help that.
Jorginho, anxious, more anxious than most to
Bye.
try and get Chelsea back level and beyond. Here's Zuma,
I'll take you, my brother's gone out for a jog.
Gilmore. Havertz on the move.
Hey, nice blocking, Murray.
So Murray just to get across the line of his run without committing an offence.
He's alright.
For the dock. Zuma, a sensible back. Well, it was at the goal, but
Murray's one of our better defenders, by the way.
Balaga hadn't strayed.
Murray and Gabriel need to partner up and set up a fucking England play next season. Like, they've got to give the guy a
Again.
chance.
Chilwell.
Nah, I don't think that was
Play.
out.
It's back to
Even though you could lay the blame at Jorginho's door for that back pass. It's not a great one for Elisa Balaga, is it? To concede a goal in that fashion.
He couldn't have helped that though.
He's had too many kind of hapless incidents like that in his Chelsea career.
It's Jorginho's fault.
And Ben Chilwell will be desperately hoping he gets the call for the cup final team against his old club. Thiago Silva. Now Gilmore. With Chilwell again. Jorginho. Still on for James.
Overhead cross.
Let's have another look at the goal from that handball point of view from a back pass.
Yeah, just interesting looking at Jorginho. I think he had a glance up.
The keeper cannot do nothing about that.
Fair play to Aubameyang for picking out his man and the scruffy finish, but Elisa Balaga had to handle it.
Yeah, fair play to Andre Mariner for not stopping it when the goalkeeper did commit the offence.
I didn't see anybody blaming anybody. All good pals there. No finger pointing.
James charging forward. Has been all Chelsea since the goal.
Aerosmith the goal. Liverpool at the top with 9. What?
Perhaps expect those two teams to be top of that particular
No,
list.
I don't know how many of those were under Thomas Tuchel.
Crazy. Comment then probably from Allison.
Here's Havertz.
Oh,
They commence here. Mount carried away by Leno. Enough Arsenal players there to help the goalkeeper out.
and that was fucking. No, Frank. Oh,
They take it back into trouble. Gilmore claiming it should be a Chelsea throw. It is.
Yeah, decent stop, one you would expect him to make.
Mount. Jorginho. Chilwell again. He's got a great understanding with Mason Mount. A little more straightforward for Leno.
Yeah, it was classy play by Kai Havertz, nice touch, and just got that ability to glide past. The side foot for Mount was always going to be tough to beat, Leno.
El Neni. Well, it's a long time since they've won here. Remember, Arsenal have won the last 2 meetings, the FA Cup final followed by the Boxing Day bonanza, really, for somewhat under siege Mikel Arteta. Arsenal had a dreadful run from the start of the season up to that point. Granit Xhaka was one of the scorers. He's on the casualty list for the Gunners. He's been filling in at left back. In fact, Kieran Tierney had to come in. Xhaka broke down in the warm-up in the game against Villarreal.
oh, careful.
Out by El Neni.
Chelsea get a bit
Smith
tighter
Rowe,
now.
the scorer of the 1 goal so far.
Mm.
They get Tierney away.
There has been an opportunity for Smith Rowe and Martin Odegaard to pick up the ball and turn in those pockets. They have found the spaces.
Yeah, it's interesting deployment of them. Either side just behind Aubameyang as a spearhead to the attack. The attacking advantages of the change of system.
Yeah, it does lend real quality to
I mean, if we do
Arsenal's
get Europe
attack.
this season, we'd better not like season last
Creativity.
season because we've been finishing higher.
For the record, Lacazette's not 100% fit.
I think we have to Everton fuck up because I've had 2
Take's
games in
had
hand.
a fair amount of game action recently. Been stood down this evening. Now both on the bench. By Thiago Silva. Spinquetta, now James, Havertz, eyeing up Arsenal, working with Mount, it's all a bit tight in there.
Murray again!
Bringing numbers back. No way to get out of that defensive situation though, with so many back. Gilmore. Billy Gilmore's ball is spinning in towards Chilwell's path. It needs to be played by Rob Holding. Half an hour gone.
Yeah, Billy Gilmore there with a decent
Half hour
attempt.
and
Not
30
been easy
seconds,
for him,
what,
hasn't played much
what,
first team
what,
football
mate?
at all. And to be asked to step into this team where standards are really high.
Mount with a corner. Kurt Zouma has been amongst the goals this season. And he makes the challenge and
Oh.
it drops onto the top of the net from Pulisic.
Yeah, Kurt Zouma creates the danger with that challenge. He was just trying to lob it over the keeper.
He had a mixed cup final last year, didn't he? Christian Pulisic, he scored and then went off with a damaged hamstring. It's a pretty bad day for Chelsea in terms of injuries as well as the result. It took Pulisic a little while this season to get back to his best form, but he's had a lot of game time recently. Gilmour put in for Arsenal by Partey. And El Neni trying to put up those barricades in front of the back three. Or back five, is it? More than often is.
I showed the cat all the time. Is she still sitting there? She is at the moment.
Yeah, that central two for Chelsea, a little more static than it otherwise would be. And N'Golo Kanté, of course, loves to surge forward these days, especially.
I just hope this doesn't go
Gilmour
on.
and Jorginho both inclined to sit there and pass the ball.
Oh, careful with the guard. He's trying to play someone in, a Chelsea player in there.
Partey, nicely done. All a little bit risky if you look at it through old-fashioned eyes, really. But the modern day coaches, they want this. They believe you can open up the opposition. Arsenal have certainly done that from time to time under Mikel Arteta.
Probably easier to do it in an empty stadium than when you've got 40,000 fans screaming for you to kick it upfield.
Good point. El Neni. And the old training ground, 11 against 11, often wasn't realistic, was it? Because there was nobody yelling at the players. Now they've had a whole season with no one yelling at them apart from their coaches.
Yeah, a season that every single one of those Premier League players will be pleased to get out of the way, I'm sure about that.
And it certainly won't be the end of the action.
I'd like a
for
2-0, please,
a number
Arsenal.
of Premier League players who will be involved in the delayed European Championship.
Oh, say, of course they're going to go back again. El Neni.
Pablo Mari. Now holding. Ødegaard.
It's always the danger with a team like Arsenal mid-table. What the attitude of the players like? Are they coasting, thinking of the summer holidays or the Euros, as you said, Martin? His job is to keep them going till the end, try and finish on a high, and, you know, gives them a bit of encouragement for the start of next season.
Could still finish above Tottenham, if that's probably possible.
And there is just that outside chance of they've been really written off as far as European qualification is concerned, but they need some results elsewhere to go their way and to keep winning. These last three games, home to Brighton and away to Crystal Palace once they've done and dusted this one.
I don't know whether it would be a good thing to have a season without European football.
What?
Spend more time
Sorry,
on the training
I'm
ground.
recording.
Less revenue for the club, of course.
He's gone for a job, I think. See the score?
Zuma.
What do you mean only one?
I don't know whether against the way Arsenal have set up, Tony
I
Rudiger
mean,
would have been able to make the
I'm
burst.
surprised we're being. Well, I'm not surprised we're winning because Chelsea made a mistake.
When did they score?
Left centre-back role,
not
very
sure,
effective,
20
very
minutes ago?
purposeful. Just
So,
like that, we did see
yeah,
one
they made a
from
mistake.
Azpilicueta.
Yeah, the defense was Jorginho defender.
James.
Jorginho, one of their players, passed it back to the
Havertz.
keeper, but he was out of his goal.
Jorginho.
But he should have looked up to see if the keeper was there. And the keeper had to get
Chilwell.
back to try and do that, and he passed it out to a,
Pulisic.
and he couldn't do anything about it, so it went to a
Always
banger
lost
and he
out.
laid
Big
off
mistake
Smith
by
Rowe and he
Bukayo
scored.
Saka.
Shit!
And he just about gets away with it.
Yeah, he's trying to let the ball run out, I think.
They might shot again half time.
Hasn't made many mistakes at all this season.
They
Bukayo
would
Saka,
shot
but
again
this
half
could have
time.
been really
Oh,
costly.
wouldn't they? Actually,
I think there's enough on this ball to shepherd it out.
I want to show her on
Chilwell
camera.
wasn't having it.
Great foot in by El Neni for Arsenal.
Yeah, I will show her up
But
when she said
scoring.
something.
Mount now takes the corner. Chelsea certainly knocking on the door.
Was it? Is that another
After
top?
plenty of success from set pieces this season. Mount across to deliver again.
That's the winning goal. Awesome corners. Chelsea at the well.
Warning.
There's
Elneny.
the top four will have
Shirt
9.
grabbing. A lot of height on this one. Comes all the way to Zuma. Too far out to go for
And the
goal.
top four
Trying to
still
keep it
have
wide
9.
for Chelsea.
West Ham,
Whipped
Chelsea,
in by
West Ham.
Gilmore.
I can't remember who else was in it. I
Out
saw
by
West Ham.
Tierney. Arsenal just defending the edge of their penalty
It's
area at
showing
the
they're not
moment.
going to get top 4 chance not yet.
Pulisic.
Europe, they're still playing
It's a
in
great
Europe.
cross on the run.
I believe.
Not really
The
anticipated.
last 3 games are easy enough.
Chelsea might have had a bit more reward with numbers in there. Maybe the earliness of the cross caught 1 or 2 who would have been late arrivals. Not arriving at all.
Yeah, bit jittery at the back there for Arsenal. 1 or 2 players looking at each other, need to settle down. All a bit untidy, this.
Oh.
Tierney with the throw.
What's my front? Oh.
Thiago Silva's knocking it down. To Gilmore's found a good pass again.
Yo.
Here's
Go
Chilwell.
on, Saka. Is Saka not right back? No, yeah, he can't be. They've got a back for us holding Gabriel and Mari.
Now Gilmore.
You're not
Chelsea
letting them
struggling
through at the
to
moment,
find
but
room for forward passes. Goes across in front of
can find
Arsenal
a
again.
crack.
Now James.
Oh, good tackle. Can I? Oh, Ah.
Wary of whacking it long because they know everyone's back defending for Arsenal. Aubameyang, see behind the ball. Smith Rowe as well. Jorginho. Thiago Silva. Probing. Working for the moment. They hope will get them back on level terms here after a catastrophe of a goal conceded. Here's Mount. Allison's repositioned in the middle. Jorginho. James.
All in front of Arsenal. They work really hard under Arteta with team shape without the ball, these circumstances.
Mount.
Just don't give away penalties, don't get in the box.
Double right wing backs. Azpilicueta going even outside Reece James. They try and maybe draw Arsenal out. Weaken the centre by stretching the defence. Gilmore. Smith Rowe has handball.
Yay.
Arsenal will be able to draw breath after a sustained period of defending.
Yeah, they'll be pleased to hear the
Chelsea
half-time
8 to
whistle, Arsenal.
Chelsea 8 attempts,
get to
Arsenal
that.
2. We're winning 1-0.
Clean sheet.
Well, they've had 2 consecutive away clean sheets. They haven't had 3 in a row since 2013 in away games. Lots more football for you to come this week. Aston Villa against Everton. Villa won at Goodison Park quite
And
recently.
then, what's the other one? Oh yeah,
West Midlands.
that one.
And that's backed up by the rearranged Manchester United against Liverpool. And the
Come on, Liverpool.
champions. No longer title holders in waiting. Manchester City, well done to them at St James's Park in our Friday night football featured game. Here goes Tierney. A rare Arsenal venture into Chelsea territory.
Yeah, I think they see that as a good way forward. Tierney sneaking behind Reece James.
Yeah. 4 minutes past double
Support
time.
is,
What's that?
running
she's
60,
got to
70
run.
yards to make
Where is that gal?
that kind of position.
She's still eating.
Most forward player for Arsenal.
Oh, come on.
Elneny.
Oh no, I thought he was going to take another long shot.
Now Odegaard
Wasn't banking on scoring if he did.
to the Norwegian again. Back to Holding. Saka.
Oh,
Trying to flick a
unlucky.
return pass. He's trying to get back goal side. Stop Pulisic using his speed, which is considerable.
Elneny's in, what's it? Pulisic is in his back pocket.
To start from deep
Oh,
again.
not another one. I was going to make another mistake.
Yeah, Arsenal not making it easy, closing down well.
Taken on by Azpilicueta again. James.
Instagram stuff coming up.
Gilmore having lots of opportunity to use his bright young football brain with this
That's
choice
a
of pass.
tackle.
You were spot on earlier, Alan, when he said that the midfield players aren't breaking the line, are they? They're just sitting there rather than trying to get ahead of the likes of Havertz. Mount, not easy because Arsenal are defending so deep. Not that much space to try and attack. Jorginho. It's given Chelsea a puzzle here at Stamford Bridge this evening. Gilmore.
It's probably not the ideal combination, Jorginho and Gilmore. Even Kovacic lends something different with those runs with the ball.
Gilmore half thinking about a shot. James wants it back again. It goes from Mount to Jorginho. Arsenal doing their utmost to hold on to this lead until the half-time whistle. Shouldn't be too much time added on. Jorginho. Look at the problem that they have trying to find a way through again. Has to be so precise. It's 10 furthest forward once more. This is Arsenal defending. I'm sure they're supporting like to see a little bit more creativity, but they're doing the job. We've been presented with the goal.
We're doing Spurs on Arsenal on Chelsea. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, do we just keep in it?
It's when they beat us 2-0 on
For
the
a moment or two now, Arsenal. See the way through.
Ah.
Another run from Tini comes to nothing.
Supposed to pass it to Tini, not the fucking goal line. You cunt.
Picture worth 1,000 words. Most of them grumpy.
30 seconds of normal time left.
Ashley
She's-
Cole was quite
Oh no,
right.
she's in
Looking
there.
forward to
I'm still
hearing his
going to take this
assessment
on
in
charge
this
and
first
show
half.
you because
Quite right when he said
should have
Thomas
enough
Tuchel has cut
extra
out the
couple minutes.
individual errors, but there has been one
Just hope.
which has been the standout feature from the neutral perspective of this first half. Certainly not from the Chelsea perspective. Still time, maybe. Jorginho, who was the culprit, forced back.
What's it going to be? Probably a minute.
One and
Yeah,
a
I got
minute.
it right.
Break us down if you can, is the message from Arteta's men. Giving away free kicks is not going to help the consistency of defending. That's a long way away from Chelsea's target.
Oh my god, 2-0 half time.
Smith Rowe, off goes Aubameyang.
Go on, Aubameyang.
Fancy himself perhaps in a race with Thiago Silva. And Tierney this time gets a pass to feet.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't much to aim at. Smith Rowe had made
Come
a
on, get a
Go
chance
into the
in before the
box.
whistle. God's sake, take your sweet ass time, Tierney.
Last few seconds.
Yeah, he was taking his
First
sweet ass.
half.
Right, if this stops, it don't matter. I'll just do it in
Major
two parts.
features. Kai Havertz.
Eee, don't
Chelsea
stop.
clean through.
Oh,
Saved
but I
by
can't turn it
Van
around,
Dijk.
so I have to.
Was the goalkeeper to be fired over.
Shout out to the viewers. Hi, I'm Twiggy. How are you going?
What was that?
Oh. Oh, who's that cat on the screen? That's not me. Oh, it's so cute.
Arteta's defenders and the goalkeeper
Oh.
at the bridge. Arsenal lead 1-0.
Well, that's also my play first.
You'll never stop this thing. I'll never let you go.
I just said, put this back in where it was. I mean, I hope it doesn't.
We're never going to be the Waltons.
I don't need us to be the Waltons, Hannah. I'd make do with the Munsters at this point. Or the Manson family. At least they had a shared interest.
Who can take a surprise? Sprinkle it with dew.
It's 10 bucks now.
Bread and chocolate.
Is that one where sunshine can? Something like that.
Candyman.
The Candyman can. But they're not followers. And I just...
Cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Cause the Candyman thinks it should.
At Bet365, we're always innovating, creating. It's this constant pursuit of perfection that brought you in-play betting, live streaming, Bet Builder, Match Live. It's the reason we're the world's favourite online betting company. Please, gamble responsibly.
I've been thinking, I've been humming, I've been picking and I've been strumming, just waiting on a song. I've been itching,
Did you see the goal? Bloody fucking hilarious! I wouldn't say it's the keeper's fault. Every day you see someone actually make a mistake against Arsenal.
Okay, got the good.
They did an Arsenal against Arsenal.
Oh, I need some peace and quiet. Are you kidding me? They need to get this over with. Oh, come on. Well, at least I still have Wi-Fi up here. I'm, you're muted. No, don't touch the filters, the dog.
Switch your home to Minion-proof Wi-Fi with Sky Broadband Super Fast.
My friend, aren't you glad it's raining, sunshining, total eclipsing? That perfect time to hit up. Just hit for a Costa coffee, bread, Starbucks, with your favorite latte, Avo olives and tops baguette, caramel macchiato. So order now, like whenever, or right now. Because whatever you want, you crazy cat, Costa, bread, Starbucks, we got it.
Did somebody say just eat?
Take a look in the mirror. What do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived?
Gillette Pro Glide, designed with our sharpest blades and a pivoting flex ball that responds to contours for incredible closeness.
I'm only human. After all, don't put the blame on me.
Your face says so much without saying a word. Trust your shape to our best and put your best face forward. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Whether it's a technology first, a fashion first, a science first, or a first for us all. Whatever you hope to achieve for your business, Cloud First helps you get to value first.
Arsenal was actually
Let
winning
there
at
be change.
Stamford Bridge.
Accenture.
Could do a double with Chelsea. It's our worst thing to fight. Chelsea should be embarrassed
Arsenal
at the
lead
point
1-0
of
at
double over them.
half-time at Stamford Bridge.
Woo,
Jamie,
woo.
an extraordinary way that the goal came
Let's
about.
say something
It was
else.
gifted to Arsenal.
It was just one of those things. It's a mistake for a midfield player that's normally so
it's
good on the ball,
hilarious.
so accomplished.
just doesn't look. There is a rule that you always say, look, when you're going to pass it past the keeper, never pass it between the ribs and the post. He does that. They think you're going to get away with it, and Aubameyang does great, and he plays it back to Smith Rowe and sort of scuffs it into the corner, but does what they do get a good press on. You can see they've got him into a good position. They force the mistake to a certain extent, but it's just one of those things. And
he laughs at
Aubameyang
Arsenal
does
when we're
great,
back in
just sets it back to him.
because I support them.
But it's a slightly scuffed finish, I think, as Alan Smith says. You can see it as he hits this. Look at his body shape. Look, he's just praying that one's going to go enough the post, and it does.
Just a mistake, actually.
Yeah, I highlighted it before. Under Thomas Tuchel, not too many unforced errors. But again, as Jamie said, it's one of them things. Arsenal press well, block playing lines, so they couldn't play through, and that was one of them unfortunate things. But again, yeah. Can you look at Kepa and say, is he in the right place? But, they're always willing and trying to show angles where they want to play out. It's just one of them things, unfortunate. You trust him in and around your own box because he has that quality to find passes. But again, it's just, one of them opportunities that you lose, you give up, and it happens.
The other thing to point out is that the referee, Andre Mariner, could have blown his whistle for a foul because Kepa handled the ball from a back pass. He didn't, allowed play to go on, and that's what gave Arsenal the opportunity. If he had blown his whistle, it would have been an indirect free kick from the edge of the 6-yard box, and there wouldn't have been any yellow or
We
red
give refs
card
a
for
hard
Kepa.
time. He did ever so well. He let it breathe, let the game flow, and then obviously got the benefits. And that's what Arsenal would have wanted. Because obviously, if a player does it, he gets sent off. But with a keeper, it's only a free kick. You never quite know. He's 6 yards out.
Yeah, quite a bit to process in that one in terms of what was going through the referee's mind. Look, for Chelsea, they've got themselves back into this game in terms of chances without finishing the match.
Yeah, they have. I think Chelsea's played well. I think they've huffed and puffed in the final third, but I think that Havertz opportunity, he's got to finish that. Here's great run from Mason. I think it hits his hand, but whether or not. You give a penny about it, again, you can say great defending.
This is not over to it over. Let's just see what happens.
Where he can defend, and like I said, they've huffed and puffed. Arsenal defending well at times.
Just showing Chelsea chances at one point coming towards the end of the first half. It showed Chelsea had 8 chances and Arsenal had 2, and one of them was Arsenal's goal.
Good defending, good goalkeeping, great reaction
What faith,
to
really?
the end of that one as well.
So Arsenal get about 10 half-time. Chelsea
9, 10 chances, don't score. I get like 1 or 2 chances and I'm 1-0 up.
Because Arsenal have won all 9 of their games when they've been winning at half-time this season.
Ooh.
When you're ready to start travelling again, and ready to welcome back the feeling of being welcomed in, we'll be here for you. Activate and book your stay in the Booking.com app to get 10% back in travel credit up to £200. Welcome back to travel. Booking.com.
It's match day, and sometimes things don't go your way. But William Hill gives you the freedom to choose by giving you the rules of the game.
Premier League table.
Now take the field, play your way, but know when to say fair play. Take control. Set your deposit limits. Take a
Premier
break.
League table.
Own your game. So you always play your best game.
Oh,
Gamble
they've
responsibly.
won the league.
William Hill.
Why do I see the full table? Okay, so. Liverpool against United. Yeah, we'll be one point behind Chelsea if they win against United and win another. And they've got to win the last 3 after that. From the moment I set eyes on you, laid eyes on you, whatever. That's all that's going on there. Yes, I do. What do you see?
Gillette, Pro Glide. Designed with our sharpest blades and a pivoted flex ball that responds to contours for incredible closeness. Your face says so much without saying a word. Trust your shave to our best and put your best face forward. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Are you paying more than your neighbors on your energy, home contents insurance, and broadband? Find out if you could save with the Neighborhood Bills Calculator.
Chromebooks are a different way to laptop, starting with the Everything button, so you can find anything the moment you need it, from files and apps to even answers online, instantly. And Chromebooks are secure, with virus protection that's built in, so no more of this, and a lot more peace of mind. So peaceful. So if you're ready to upgrade to fast, easy and secure, don't just switch to a new laptop. Switch to a different way to laptop. Switch to Chromebook.
Wouldn't it be nice if switching mobile networks was this easy? Just one simple text and you're ready to switch to Sky Mobile. It's that quick and easy. Sky Mobile. Hello, possible.
Thanks. Who the hell's that singing the first one? Oh my god. What? Stop singing.
9 years since an emphatic 8-shot win, Rory McIlroy returns to Kiawah Island in search of another PGA Championship on Sky Sports Golf.
Who cares about golf?
Fast and Furious movie. Available Friday on Sky Cinema Fast and Furious.
Stuff should probably be done in a minute.
Goodness me, Jorginho. And Aubameyang follows up and gives it to Smith Rowe, who gets the goal, and it's.
Oh look, did you see the goal?
Gift wrapped by Chelsea for Arsenal.
I'll go to goal one. It back 20 seconds. There it is. Look. So he passes it back. Look.
Goodness me, Jorginho, and Aubameyang follows up. And gives it to Smith Rowe, who gets the goal. And it's
yeah. Hit the post
wrapped by Chelsea for Arsenal.
We'll be back at Stamford Bridge shortly. Also coming up for you on Sky Sports over.
Right, let's just forward it on to the match. That's enough of a break, so you need to be like a minute.
Simply decide how much you'd like to spend.
Is it restarting?
Set reminders that help you manage how long you play for. And take a break whenever you want to. So however you like to play, stay in control and always gamble responsibly.
Actually, looks like Callum Hudson-Odoi is coming on. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's going to, have an impact in this game. I think he's got great ability, great quality, but you just want to see maybe that little bit more consistency from him, really, to be honest.
It looks like Billy Gilmore might have come. Just look at the players behind you, Kelly, and then maybe Mason Mount plays slightly deeper and get Hudson-Odoi slightly out the pitch. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong, Billy, but I think with Billy and Jorginho, they're very similar sort of players. No, not necessarily that pace to break the lines, and that might be why he's made this change. So, yeah, as far as I can see, that looks like what he's going to do.
Yeah, no sign of Arsenal. They're just sort of starting to appear on the pitch just now. But for Chelsea, it's a big 45 minutes. Arsenal have won all their games. when they've been leading it at half-time. But this is one that Chelsea need to win 2 of their last 3, this being
Yeah, you don't want to put the pressure on yourself, Kelly. Exactly, you've got to play Leicester as well. Big 45 minutes as well for Callum. He's got tremendous ability, Hudson-Odoi. This is one of those games, make a bit of an impact. He's got cup finals to come. Who knows what can happen? He's got a lot to play for this season still.
Taking you through the second half, Alan Smith and Martin Tyler.
Oh shit, I thought
Kelly,
they were the commentators in
spot
the
on, because in his press conference yesterday, Thomas Tuchel was asked about Callum Hudson-Odoi, and he said, yeah, I see why there's been a fuss about him over the time he was going to German football. Tuchel would have known that. Bayern showed a lot of interest a couple of years ago. But what he has said is that Hudson-Odoi has great potential, but he needs to fulfil it, and he needs to push himself to the limit. He's got a chance to do that. They've gone 3 up front with Hudson-Odoi on the right, Havertz through the middle, and Pulisic to the left. Alan and I were talking at half-time, and Alan, you thought Mount might come a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah, it just looks a better balance with Jorginho, gives that central midfield more depth to it. Hard on Billy Gilmour, didn't do too much wrong, but I think it was just the chemistry between him and Jorginho. Hudson-Odoi's had his moments, hasn't he, under Tuchel? He was a substitute and he got subbed.
Yes.
Wouldn't have enjoyed that.
He did play a lively part coming on at the Etihad on Saturday. Had a goal disallowed for a tight offside call. And also, I guess, had an unwitting assist on Marcos Alonso's winner, because he went for the same ball and almost forced Alonso into that looping shot that did the trick right at the end of that game to get Chelsea the win. Here's James. Arsenal surely can't think that by just sitting back they're going to get through 45 minutes here against a real informed opponent, but they defended well. We've seen that in the games between the two sides recently. They certainly did it well at Wembley and then took their chances, but they did offer more progressive forward movement at the moment.
I think if they get the ball into Smith Rowe and Odegaard, that's their way out, isn't it? 2 clever players.
James. Havertz went down. A bit of a questioning gesture. James. Good defending by Tierney. Squeezed the pass up to Aubameyang. Tierney was hurt in doing that. Sometimes as a defender you get put in from an attacker as you clear it. This was the shout for the penalty, Alan.
Yeah, just lost a little bit of control. Gabriel comes across him in a slightly clumsy way. VAR have obviously had a good look at it, decided there's not enough there. Probably rightly so.
He's an idiot. Is Tierney still down?
Andre Mariner showing some concern to Kieran Tierney, who is a warrior of a player. James.
He went into the ball.
By Gabriel. Good bill from Aubameyang.
God's for throw. Oh.
Giving it away, but he might get it back. Zuma stepped in though.
I'll take this. Who won't take a 1-0?
Challenge for Chelsea here.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
The business end of their season. The big games have come thick and fast. Jorginho. Azpilicueta. Certainly a possession-based game for Chelsea. The possession at the moment isn't leading to too much punch in attack. We are at the moment. Teams although Chelsea will be backing Arsenal in this.
On West Ham there.
Yeah, with Leicester to come next Tuesday, a defeat here would create a few nerves, maybe.
Thiago Silva. Mount. Now Chilwell. Stuff like Pulisic. Gabriel's header. And Lenny trying to help him.
Oh! Hello.
Initially, down the years, Alan, the game before an FA Cup final has been not exactly thrown away, but not taken too seriously. You had some experience of that yourself in 1993.
Yeah, not a good memory. I was picked to play against Spurs a few days before our cup final against Sheffield Wednesday.
Go
so
on,
I
go
knew
on,
at that
Tino.
point I wasn't going to be starting at Wembley.
Running, you know, might have had a...
Here's Saka.
Oh.
It had a happy ending for you.
Yeah,
anyway.
we drew that first leg, that first tie. George Graham saw sense after that.
There's a bit more adventure from Arsenal. A bit more control in the guard, and Smith Rowe trying to provide that with Partey and El Neni there to challenge and harry and hustle. To connect there, Smith Rowe.
Don't fucking do what they done.
Back to Pablo Murray. Gabriel Tierney. Really does want to get forward. Oh, there we go again.
He just slipped, didn't he? And he put more on that back pass than he intended. I'm sure Thomas Tuchel had a fair bit to say at half-time, just reminding them how important this game is. Forget about the cup final at the weekend.
Pulisic. It's typical work from Mason Mount. Ben Chilwell.
What?
Support. Now Pulisic.
Yeah. Why,
Gets a corner.
why would it be a forward stadium?
Yeah, I thought he'd
Why
slipped
did it be a
past
full
Thomas
stadium?
Partey there.
It's still
Partey just
really
stuck out
well,
the
still
leg.
3 months away and people are getting on the vaccine.
I'll have to see what...
Well, Zuma won that earlier header, didn't he, from a corner, then Pulisic headed it over the bar. He's the man to watch.
Oh, is it
There he is, fighting to get to it. Came out towards Jorginho, but Arsenal work it clear. Not for long. Chilwell. Now Jorginho. Arsenal in all too familiar position in this match. Chelsea coming at them, but the organisation has worked so far.
I've got to find a way, Arsenal, of getting the units up the pitch if they can.
Yeah, and Chelsea got to find a way of maybe putting a bit more penalty area pressure on the Gunners. I mean, Olivier Giroud is an obvious choice, but he's hardly been used by Thomas Tuchel. One substitute appearance in the last 9 games. Tammy Abraham not involved again. Mount's ball. Jorginho. Now James. Back to Azpilicueta. Hudson-Odoi. Challenged by Aubameyang. Comes out to Zuma. Arsenal sit in again, dig in again. Pulisic. Havertz trying to set up.
Oh, he's done.
James trying to set up Hudson.
Hey!
Well, you keep allowing Chelsea to work the ball into the box, and sooner or later you think somebody's going to make a rash challenge, or Chelsea are going to create a really good chance.
Keeper shot really, really well, but if it takes one good shot from Chelsea, it might go in.
Poor decision, that one, from Hudson-Odoi. Let Arsenal off the hook.
Oh, come on, don't do that, look.
Well, this is a team who haven't got a player in double figures in terms of Premier League goals this season. Picked on by Aubameyang. Thiago Silva in the way. Yeah, they share them around, but they've got a big squad. Share them around in terms of lots of different players playing. Now here's Mount. Get through.
Those kind of challenges I'm talking about. Gabriel had one, didn't he? Earlier on Havertz, I think it was again. Keep asking the question, Chelsea in the box. I mean, as you say, we've seen them given.
James. It's back to Jorginho. Good angle for James. The cross. Oh, just needed to really throw himself at that Kai Havertz. Even if it was feet first. He might have got a touch.
He's so languid, Kai Havertz. He doesn't seem to do too much in a hurry.
Kai Havertz for Chelsea.
This is where somebody like Giroud would probably be making a stronger move towards the near post.
What's the word? Sloppy, and then you put it over from a one-on-one.
Pressure is on.
And then Arsenal went ahead not long after.
Something to get their teeth into here. Timo Werner would be one obvious substitute. Olivier Giroud, whether he's gone down the tunnel to get ready or got his boots out with him. El Neni. Tierney's down again. Odegaard. Saka. It's a free kick against Bukayo Saka. Tierney still in need of attention though, down beneath us.
Well, he's had his fair share of injury problems this season, Tierney. I mean, that's just a painful stud on the side of the leg.
Dirty bastard.
Unless it's tweaked a ligament, you would hope not.
He injured a knee, didn't he, against Liverpool a couple of months ago. And every injury to a European international player, and Tierney would certainly be in the Scotland squad if fit.
I mean,
has those extra implications.
The leg's in the air, Martin, so that you'd imagine would help him rather than it being planted, but he doesn't go down for nothing, Kieran Tierney.
Gives Mikel Arteta a chance to pass on a message. Chelsea have kept lots of clean sheets in London derbies. In fact, until Smith Rowe, this was the last fella to score here in a London derby against Chelsea. Hector Bellerin get a 2-2 draw late on in this fixture last season. Smith Rowe has not exactly burst the net, but he's given Arsenal a fighting chance. That strange goal. Tierney is back on. Azpilicueta. There's no way that you can think of the mood in the Chelsea dressing room to take this one a bit easy. There are places to be played for in the cup final team.
Yeah.
And of course, the place in the top four at the end of the season. This is a vital fixture in that respect. Jorginho. James. Hudson-Odoi. It has to be accurate, and it has to be the low road, really, which is why maybe Giroud's being got ready to give a varied approach from Chelsea, or rather restricted. Although, as you said, Havertz is languid, though tall. He is very good in the air, but doesn't really go for it with the gusto of a Giroud.
Hey, the moments I said title on you.
Blow the dust off those boots.
Yeah, I think that's where he went back to the change room for. Here comes the corner for Chelsea. He might not be needed. And Pulisic touches it in.
Slide.
It is the equaliser. Arsenal think there might have been a hand used, maybe. Holding is protesting. Maybe offside as well. But are now gone.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Havertz in there, gets his head to the ball. It's going to be disallowed, this, isn't it?
Why do we think it was onside? Yeah, you know what fucking side?
It does come off a Chelsea player, so it's got to be offside.
In this situation.
Yeah, I think he doesn't expect it to be given. Andre Mariner taking advice. He's had his advice. Kevin Friend in VAR, and it's still 1-0 Arsenal.
Fucking hell. Mine Tyler was acting like it was a fucking goal, the fucking old fool.
He is.
And Leno
I was
saying we're not going to
still
play
watching
from
the
the
mouse.
back now.
Looked like it was playing while offside. And mine
No,
Tyler was
this
that
isn't the
fucking
worst
goal.
tactic. Complete for the second
What's
ball here.
wrong with him, man? Then you realise wrong with it. He knows this is going to be offside because I can't see the break of the ball.
A bit of a higher line. Chelsea did.
I should have tried to fight. Get up my children.
Hudson-Odoi to provide that. Pulisic is standing a bit deeper. That particular attack cut off by Holding. Well, no sooner mentioned than on. Debating. It's fair to say his future with Arsenal is a bit cloudy now. That talk of players trying to leave, raise some money for the transfer budget, bring in the likes of Odegaard on a permanent deal. Been at Arsenal a long time, the Spaniard. Speaks English with a wonderful London accent.
Yeah, Chambers has come into the mix, hasn't he? And played instead of him quite a few times and done well.
Hudson-Odoi.
Someone said only 14 miles offside.
Hudson-Odoi again. Again, plenty of Arsenal players around the Chelsea man in possession. Thiago Silva. Zuma.
Oh, she's got fleas. Looks like she's got fleas.
All that scare aside, Alan, Arsenal, your old club, still sticking at it and frustrating Chelsea.
They are, yeah. The back three is working well together at the moment.
It's the Lino blind.
It's Tierney, is it coming off? Don't know.
Here's James. Hudson-Odoi, suggestion of offside.
Yeah.
Flag stays down as it should do. Hudson-Odoi, he can't take a chance for Chilwell to take it on and shoot. And now he is given offside.
Yeah, the assistant must have been fairly certain of that one.
Scott Ledger. It's Bukayo Saka hasn't been able to get in the game in his creative sense. Played wing back a good number of times before. Does stint his attacking talents to some extent, especially in a game like this.
And a substitution for Chelsea replacing 29
Havertz is off, Giroud is on. Well, he will be haunted until they play again by the miss, unless his teammates that he's left behind come up with a turnaround here. 25 minutes still to go. Aubameyang. Tierney. El Neni. Ødegaard. Here's Bellerin. It's incredibly how infrequently.
I didn't want him to become a special. I didn't want him to become a commentator. Did he win a special raffle? That's what someone said.
Going into the attacking third now with Tierney. Cross for Bellerin.
Go on!
Ødegaard.
Oh, shoot! You
Bellerin again.
When did Bellerin go on? I missed it. Sorry, I'm not watching because of that. I'm telling you what people are saying about offside goal. Chelsea fans saying,
those men forward.
Pulisic trying to get away. It's a good foul by Tierney from the Gunners' point of view.
Yeah, it was lovely stuff in a tight space down that flank. This is an inspired touch by Bellerin, just on as a sub.
Mount. Snadoy does prefer coming from the left-hand side onto his right foot. Back with Jorginho. Zuma.
Well, Arsenal love to see that.
Yeah.
Just shows a bit of frustration creeping into the Chelsea players.
He's learning the history of the club. He might have been told that Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 8 home Premier League games against Arsenal. They've won 6 and only drawn 2. It's that extraordinary game in which Arteta played for the Gunners back in October 2011. It finished 5-3 in his favour.
Sorry. No, what did he say?
That game that finished 5-3.
Up
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
Aubameyang, and header down by Azpilicueta. Maybe it's the sight of the former Arsenal striker Olivier Giroud. It's got Arsenal keeping the ball away from him, playing further up the pitch and starting to look a little bit dangerous. I haven't said that very often.
Oh, do you mind?
Yeah, it'd be a surprise if Giroud didn't have at least a half chance in this match at some stage.
Hudson-Odoi might be coming now. Hudson-Odoi won it back. Gets it from Pulisic. And then again they just trying to build up wrong, Chelsea.
Oops.
And here is Giroud.
That was it. That was a swipe, wasn't it?
A swipe of a man who has played a few minutes in the last 2 months.
Yeah, El Neni will be pleased about Giroud's decision there to have a go, because that could have been costly.
Has scored once Chelsea against Arsenal in the Europa League final. We've talked a lot about the FA Cup final. Well, Timo's missed a few as well. So. Yeah, we forget that Chelsea hammered Arsenal in Baku in the European final. Cross from Pulisic.
Yeah, both have their eyes on the ball here.
But it's definitely.
Gabriel just ended up running into Pulisic.
Air temperatures warmed up. What?
He just trips him up.
It's his 50th Premier League game for Chelsea. He had his eyes on the ball. Painful coming together, might be a sore thigh, the dead leg that can stiffen up. Flying the Stars and Stripes in the Premier League. Holding. Odegaard. Bellerin. Mate. Nice chance to break forward.
Make this
Breaks
comfortable.
on. El Neni. Now Smith Rowe. Tierney to cross on the run. Came to Martin Odegaard. Didn't fancy the one on his right foot that was set up a couple of minutes ago by Bellerin, but on the left it's a different matter.
Yeah, you'd have expected a bit better than this. Arsenal beginning to find their attacking feet.
Norwegian playing against Chelsea for the first time. Could have really left a mark on the match. Jorginho. Hudson-Odoi. It's a better spell from Arsenal's point of view, as if the proximity of conceding a second goal, which happily for them was VAR ruled out, just scared them a little bit that they thought they were defending too deep. Pushed back again by Chelsea here. James. Pulisic. Jorginho looking for a bit of movement up front. There was none. Strung across in a line.
Yeah, a chance to get the ball out in these wide positions now, and they've got that option of Giroud with a good cross in.
Jorginho going back to Hudson-Odoi here, who does put the cross in, aim for Giroud and not far away from finding him. There is a different dimension that the veteran Frenchman brings.
Yeah, Pablo Mari went with his man here. Didn't give him any space at all.
Well, into the last 20 minutes. Arsenal still lead at Stamford Bridge, courtesy of one of the more bizarre goals of this bizarre season.
There's a lot of attempts, but they have lacked that clinical edge tonight, Chelsea.
On target 3 times.
Azpilicueta. James come out by Smith Rowe.
Oh.
Pulisic. Give and go with Giroud. Tierney's back covering. And James pulls Smith Rowe to the ground.
Probably about 20 minutes left. Twiggy! Excuse me.
More football for you tomorrow night. Double header, in fact.
Yeah, you said the Serbia.
With Everton still in the European mix. Arsenal, remember, if they hang on here, will go above Everton for the time being anyway.
And they've got a double over us. We've got
from
one point for
5.
Villa to win now.
And then Manchester United play Liverpool later in the evening.
Liverpool to win that.
And on Friday night, the champions go to St James's Park.
Bye.
Out by Zuma.
How many did you do on that? What run or what?
Every restart will be slowed down as much as possible. Andre Marino gets impatient. Very a few extra seconds. It's Gabriel.
What was part of that wrong?
Partey. Smith Rowe taking on Azpilicueta and leaving him. Getting into the penalty area. Not quite getting into a position where he might have earned a penalty. Arsenal come again. Chelsea looking a little baffled at the moment by their inability to break the Gunners down.
Yeah, they've made a couple of substitutions which have yet to make any difference to their sharpness up top. And Arsenal seeing more of the ball now. He's a good player though, isn't he? He's a fine talent, Emile Smith-Rowe. He's got that acceleration about him, he's got a composure and confidence.
And now he's got a couple of goals to his name in the Premier League.
He says coming too.
Not mad Thiago Silva as well,
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Stop.
Andre Mariner pulled it back for this Arsenal free kick. Smith-Rowe leaves it. Odegaard takes it. And Tierney, with plenty of optimism, has a bang at it. He scored 1 or 2 spectacular goals in his time with the London club. Jorginho. In Thomas Tuchel's pre-match interview with Patrick Davis, Pat asked him about making 7 changes. The Chelsea head coach, I think, have I made as many as 7? Genuinely seemed surprised.
Yeah, I think it got him worried.
Well, maybe now we can see why. But there's still plenty of time for a team in such good form as Chelsea have been to get something here.
Come on, spread out across the back. Don't be in a bunch, otherwise I'm not.
Resisting, resilient. Can they keep that up? Jorginho.
Hopefully.
Hudson-Odoi. Chilwell. Seemed to think twice before crossing it in. Giroud would want to come in a bit quicker than that. Arsenal get a free kick and buy themselves a little bit more time.
Yeah, keeping Chelsea at arm's length at the moment, fairly comfortably. They do have options, don't they?
Well, Hakim Ziyech, now the scourge of Manchester City, scored the winner of the Cup semi-final against them and scored the equaliser on Saturday in the Premier League. Alex Lacazette has got enough in that damaged hamstring. 15 minutes or so here.
Oh, Barry, I like witches.
I should say recovering hamstring.
Oh, Bear.
Ziyech.
Oh, Bear.
I don't know.
Thiago Silva.
12 minutes past and he stopped his time left. So it's probably about 15 minutes now.
Mount still probing.
Oh, Blake.
Hudson-Odoi with him.
Who's that
Through
blocking
the
off?
youth ranks together.
Is that Partey?
Thomas Partey's done quite well in those positions a few times in this second half.
Partey!
Can we find anything else back on the floor in the morning?
Oh,
Or
bang.
clearing it up there?
He would like to have seen it through, and particularly against Thomas Tuchel's team. Like to have landed the real knockout blow, but he made the one that Arsenal do have.
Yeah, less than happy.
I'm sure the fact that he has been seriously ill would be in the thinking of the medical department, if not in the thinking of the player. Got the armband as well, Lacazette.
Oh, he's had some really good games for Arsenal last couple of months, Lacazette. He
did score in the home win. Giroud
Looked off.
yeah, given off.
Ooh.
You should have a
We're
flag
holding a
with
good
you.
line in if they keep getting
no.
offside.
I wouldn't want that job.
Well, the only time that they failed to keep a clean sheet at home in the Premier League under Thomas Tuchel, they lost to West Bromwich Albion.
You know what? I just
Now
laughed at.
relegated West Bromwich
Someone
Albion.
said he was miles offside. My nan could have called that one.
Not lost yet here, but certainly not made the most of a lot of possession. Ziyech for Chilwell. Hudson-Odoi. Now Thiago Silva. Pulisic coming from the right-hand side this time. On for Giroud. Well, starting to find him.
Yeah. A few more yards towards goal, and that's a much more realistic chance.
We've had a couple of chances to put it to 2-0. Oh, we've already seen this table.
Chance to
It's the
go
same as
third.
before.
They need 2 goals in the last 10 minutes
Oh,
for Tuchel.
don't. Is he going to try and jinx it or something? He fucks.
Yeah, I mean, his team have been largely sensational, but Mikel Arteta's boys are managing to frustrate at the moment.
That's a different kind of frustration. Being frustrated for not being still out there for a player known as
Oh,
Oba.
fuck me!
It's game over for him, but not for his team. That 10 minutes will seem a long time.
They need him on board, don't they, the next season or two. He's signed on a big contract. Last thing they wanted is an Ozil situation where he's not, you know, commanding a regular first team place. He's not contributing properly.
Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea trying to pull out all the stops here to get something from this game. Really, they need to win. Oh, it's just taken away. What an important touch that was from Bellerin, from Hudson-Odoi, but it's a corner.
Yeah.
It means Zuma, it means Giroud and others. Thiago Silva.
Oh my god, they're all coming up.
Overstretched, maybe.
Doesn't look in too much pain.
Jesus Christ. Be 5 minutes of added time this route. What's he doing? What are you looking around?
He's done ever so well. There's not been much space for Chelsea to run into, but there was a few yards for Hudson-Odoi there, and he had to make that interception.
Trying to get his tail on the camera. To wait what?
Callum Chambers, you mentioned earlier, who himself has come back from a serious knee injury to get himself into first team contention.
Oh, for God's sake. Let's be back 2 hours before when it finishes. And we're recording.
Someone has sensibly put a bit of a warm layer around him. Despite the fact we're working towards the middle of May, it's still quite chilly here in southwest London this evening. It doesn't look
I think
too
he was a
good
bit
for
sad that he got
Bellerin.
sucked off.
Got him up
A
though.
little bit, probably.
He's got to be happy if I
He
win.
had to go off to come back on a corner. That is a problem. We saw how important it is to get your marking right. Corners, how Leicester won the game at Old Trafford. Manchester United made a double change defending a corner. And Soyuncu got free to head what turned out to be the winning goal. Chelsea get something in similar circumstances here, but not like that, like marking the front zone. Back by Chilwell. Bellerin's back on. No need for Chambers at the moment.
That's not what I was doing.
in case. Still doing the warm-up. It is a turn up for the books.
Well, I was just going to say, this would be some victory for Arsenal. You come along here thinking, you know, how many goals can they keep it down to, given the respective form of the two teams?
Shot second half, 4-3.
That's football for you. Made the very most of that Jorginho mistake. Defended valiantly so far.
One factor that even the die-hard Chelsea fans have been slightly concerned about is that they've been winning, but not in prolific ways. And similar, if memory serves me right, under Maurizio Sarri for a period. Leno can come and gather. Where are the shots on target? I think in these circumstances they'd be working so hard, even letting fly from longer range rather than going for that extra pass.
Yeah, we haven't seen many from outside the box, have we?
It's probably going to be 4 or 5 minutes at a time
Situation
unless
when
there's no
Arsenal
more
defend
stoppage
deep.
time.
Nimble work by Giroud. Now, a fine ball too for Hudson Odoi.
Oh no!
Making up the ground was but on the stretch. Got no power at all into the effort.
Well, at least they got down the sides here, Chelsea, and it's not a bad attempt to pick out Pulisic. It's just that yard too far for him.
Might have only been a temporary reprieve for Actabarin.
Oh, he's down again!
Still feeling it. The goal was a long time ago, and it was crazy in the extreme. Jorginho was the main culprit. Smith Rowe was the beneficiary, Alan.
Yeah, it seemed that Jorginho accepted liability here, took the blame, and Arsenal took the gift. Had to move the old feet quickly there, the keeper, but to no avail.
There you go, there's a substitution.
Well,
Probably going to be
watching
5 or
that, Callum
6 maybe.
Chambers has come racing on to be
Oh, I
yet
can't bear it.
another right-sided defender for Arsenal. Saka gave way to Bellerin, and Bellerin gives way to Chambers. Three minutes plus stoppage time. El Neni saw the pass and executed it perfectly. Tierney. Can Arsenal wrap it up here?
Oh.
Ødegaard. El Neni nearly caught in possession by Giroud. Forward by Pablo Mari. Oh, it's a slightly risky header by Reece James. Lacazette was lurking.
Keep the pressure on, come on. 2 minutes and normal time left.
Still up for passing the ball in their own penalty area. Still up for using the goalkeeper to help out in that respect. Ziyech. Pulisic. Still time for Chelsea. It's behind Giroud. James. Pulisic again.
Come
Worked
on,
hard.
keep it up.
Try and get in behind.
Well, Arsenal have worked hard defensively. 1 or 2, I think, getting tight muscles now. This could be a vital part of the match.
Well, we're hearing there might be as many as 6 added minutes.
I told you
Corner
5
for
or
Chelsea.
6.
It's a very good corner for Chelsea. Bit of a scuff forward, rather like Smith Rowe scored by Ødegaard when he had a chance to get some distance into the clearance. Referee, he blocked off Smith Rowe then. Back by Chilwell. Gabriel. Here's Mount.
You know.
Still eager. James Siech with a very good left foot.
I don't want to shoot.
Coming together.
25 seconds left in all time. I can't bear how long. Oh, for God's sake.
Tierney's up. Back by Ziyech. It's a looping header. And twice. Hudson-Odoi, then Giroud.
I thought that the rebound was going to be the... Oh, my God. The mount's back up now.
Arsenal aren't in the winner's enclosure yet. Here's Pulisic. And Hudson-Odoi goes in again. Chilwell's right in there too.
Oh my God.
It is fucked. Arsenal just hanging on here. Gabriel's header.
Well, it's going to be all hands to the pump, isn't it, in this 6 minutes of added time for Arsenal.
Back by James. Partey with a very good piece of aerial work.
Oh no, he's there.
Dropping in between the centre-backs. Here goes Mount. Hudson-Odoi. Zuma playing as a striker now. He was the first one to be frustrated by the crossbar.
Yeah, he makes something out of that and makes Bernd Leno tip it onto the bottom. Giroud does ever so well actually just to do what he does. The ball's almost past him, but nearly scores.
Would have been another Zuma goal, but for the fingertips of Bernd Leno. There.
Giroud's great in those little tight situations, managing to get
show
something goalwards, but
actually don't show us the match.
Not quite good enough.
Twiggy's slipping up. Unless it's Dexter. What was the make us sick up?
Lacazette.
I'm going to. I ain't checking.
Still trying to keep Chelsea in that corner. Chelsea have other ideas. Still 4 minutes on the clock. Here goes Reece James. Back goes Smith Rowe. Recognising the ball is there to be won. And the throw was taken from the wrong place. Had to maybe think it was a foul throw.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of doom and gloom around my old club last week or so. A win here would at least lift a few spirits, but...
Don't speak too soon, Mr.
No,
Smith.
Still a bit of work. Chelsea trying to turn
corner.
up the heat, and they are.
Just under 3 minutes.
A little look at the fourth official, Lee Mason, there. Trying to make sure nothing gets out of hand down in the dugouts. 3 minutes. Seen his side come so close. Different one, deeper one. Which, didn't work out, but they can turn and
back in your
plant
positions.
it back in again through Hudson-Odoi. Giroud
is it?
jumping for it. Arsenal trying to play their way out of trouble. It's a shrewd touch by Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Lacazette.
Come on!
Runner through the middle is Thomas Partey.
Oh my God!
I think he might be in 2 minds. 3
No,
minds, really.
don't dive.
He's gone down. He's going to get a yellow card for simulation.
You fucking moron!
Well, I thought there was a coming together of legs there.
Well, VAR are going to have a look at it.
Dive.
Just there, catches him. Hudson-Odoi.
I think he was waiting for some contact. And the referee has seen it. Against Thomas Partey. James.
You got more of a dive than anything.
Pulisic. Arsenal aware of the cross. Set back to Ziyech by Giroud and Leno. With a great relief of his teammates, his manager, and all Arsenal supporters. Plucked it out of the air.
Might be that Leno or Smith Rowe.
Well, it's almost gone dreamlike, the run of Thomas Tuchel. There's going to be a bump in the road somewhere along the line. He was very respectful when he talked about Arsenal earlier today and yesterday in the press conference. Facing them for the first time as a manager.
And the moment
James. Ziyech wants to have a shot.
Oh.
Might have been bending in. Giroud.
I'm not.
Those Arsenal defenders have
what you
stood
say.
strong. I think El Neni's been excellent just in front of them as well. Got through an awful lot of work.
They're probably going to be their last opportunity.
Ziyech. Hanging it up towards Giroud, trying to set it up. And then he trying to get there. Pulisic, the shot's on. It was going wide.
Oh my God!
It might have
Is
gone
that
to the path of
Is that possible
Giroud.
last corner?
One more chance.
One more chance. Have you got time for a man of the match, Alan?
I think I'm going to give it El Neni, actually.
Really?
I think, as I say, he's got through so much hard work.
James with the corner. Last chance for Chelsea. Thiago Silva tries to head it back. Anywhere will do for Arsenal. 6 minutes are up. But, James can put it back in again. Oh,
yes!
Of all people. Of all people.
Sorry.
Gabriel's header went straight to him, but it bounced off his shins.
Torres, blow!
Well, they're out on the feet, those defenders.
Fucking hell, I thought he passed it to him for opportunity.
The man whose
He's
back
frustrated.
pass at that end of the ground has decided surely this game now. 16th minute.
Soon as he
Chelsea have had
kicks
a long
it.
time to try and repair the damage,
Double over Chelsea.
but they are on the verge
Come on, Leno, before I run out of recording time.
of missing
On this-
out
on this
on the
phone.
chance to
Oh,
go
this phone.
third
I'm going to have to do a second voice
in the
message.
Premier League. Not the best way to prepare for an FA Cup final.
Fucking hell, come on!
This could be the last kick. It is the last kick.
Yeah.
And Chelsea will be looking over their shoulders at threats to their current fourth spot. Emile Smith-Rowe, all the Arsenal players have worn themselves out. They've worn their socks off. Great effort to complete a double over Chelsea.
Yay!
The weirdest way to do it. Smith-Rowe in the record books as the scorer of the goal here to win the game. Zuma hit the bar. Giroud hit the bar. Chelsea threw everything at the Gunners, but they stood firm. The last time they won here was almost 10 years ago. He was in the team. And the last time Arsenal completed a double over Chelsea in the league was that invincible season at 03-04. They go up to 8th, a slim chance still of making the top 7 and getting into Europe after all. Not the best prep for the Blues for the cup final as they strive to lift the trophy that Arsenal took at their expense last season. And Arsenal have taken the points at their expense this season. Aubameyang, with a lot of connections with the opposition, set up the winning goal, and he and his team put on a heroic display for a beleaguered London club. It's finished.